notice he was hitting 98, 99, 96.
Fire in his eyes. Fire in his eyes.
The first inning of the game, he was boom, boom, boom. And a little bit of control issues, but for the most part, man, he was there. And look at him, 6 innings, 2 hits, 1 run, 8 Ks, only 2 walks. This is now 3 solid appearances in a row. I mean, now, 1, 2, 3. Now you're starting to turn it into a streak. All of a sudden, is he legit?
Absolutely.
Is Carlos Carrasco legit, or is this just a big tease? I don't know.
He is legit. He's 27. He's just coming off that Tommy John surgery. He's young, and he needs development and growth right here in Cleveland. He's doing it. He's every bit what we got back for Cliff Lee. Give him time. He's coming into it now. He's going to do it just like our Danny Salazar and our Trevor Bauer and JT House. We're set. We're set, Big Daddy. We're set for quite a while. Barring injuries, of course. There's nothing we can do with injuries.
Gonna be fun.
And even Zach McAllister, as bad as he had started off super in April, but then he tailed off. The kid is still a young Indian. He's 27. He's big. He's going to come around.
I'll tell you what, I'm looking forward to seeing the, speaking of Carrasco, him, Kluber, and House are the 3 going against Chicago here this weekend. I was looking at the next couple of series because you got Kansas City and Detroit. Hey, you guys, there is some really good pitching matchups.
Absolutely.
Kansas City, you've got Salazar and Vargas, Bauer and Shields. There's a good one. And then Detroit. How about the kickoff in Detroit, September 1st, ESPN game, Kluber and Price. That's going to be fantastic. And Salazar,
that's going to be fire. That's going to be fire.
Bauer and Scherzer. I mean, if you're a baseball guy, you got Kluber and Sale in a week and a half. I mean, it's lining up to be some really good pitching matchups here. And,
fireworks,
the Indians just
fireworks and Sugardale hot dogs, baby.
You got to go get it now. But 6 on the road. This week is a big week for the Indians here. You got the White Sox, and then you've got Kansas City. You really have to take 2 out of 3 here from White Sox.
4 out of 6. 4 out of 6.
Kansas City, man. I mean, yeah, and even then, you start running out of games. 2 out of 3 doesn't get you as far as you think because you only make up a game in the standings. Obviously, you'd be happy.
And another thing too, Big Dad J-Rock.
Yeah.
Kansas City is winning. Nobody is even helping us.
Kansas City's on a run, man.
They're going through everybody like hot knife through butter.
I know. I'm watching them just going, man, do these guys ever lose, man? And you know what? The Indians are running into the issue as well that happens when you got teams in front of you, that the days when they do lose, that's when the teams that they're chasing win, and the days that they win, that's when they lose, so it makes it hard sometimes to
absolutely, yeah. Murphy's Law. Murphy's Law, absolutely.
They're sitting 6 games back right now. Kansas City 7-3. Indians have been 6-4 in their last 10, but Kansas City has topped that with a 7-3. So even though the Indians have had a great last week, they actually lose a game in the standings to Kansas City just because of how hot Kansas City has been. Meanwhile, Detroit just stay in the middle of the road right now.
We're going to get them. We're going to get Kansas City.
Big Bob, my man. Anything else before I got to go to the break?
All I got to say is, go Young Indians, baby. It all starts with baseball in Cleveland. That's what the Big Bob says. Always starts with baseball.
Absolutely.
Then everything else will fall in place.
You got it. Big Bob,
all right,
my man.
brother. You guys be safe out there.
You too, my man. All right, Big Bob from Bristol. Like he said, it all starts with baseball. I say it all started with Big Bob today in the phone call, but you can keep it going because the phone lines are open. 216-539-7535. 216-539-7535. Pick up the phone and give me a call. Your thoughts, Indians, Gladiators, Browns. Let's talk a little bit about those guys, too, when we come back on the other side of the break. And then I've got my man, Dan Wismar from the Cleveland Fan, joining us just about 20 minutes from now. He'll jump in the conversation. We'll talk some Tribe and Browns and Cavs and Buckeyes with him as the Buckeyes continue. People are changing their predictions left and right, as you would think they would with the loss of Braxton Miller. How are the Buckeyes coming along, getting ready? We'll talk a little bit about that. I think Wednesday we'll get into the preview of the game, but we'll just talk a little bit about everything with Dan Wismar. Browns coming up next after more phone calls from you. 216-539-7535. Gotta have the funk. Gotta have the sports fix. More sports fix, more phone calls, and some Browns talk when we come back.
This is the Sports Fix.
Are you talking to me?
Yes.
Are you talking to me?
Yes.
Are you talking to me?
Yes.
They call me Mr. Pig!
We'll call you whatever you like, as long as we can call you a fan of the Sports Fix.
Guys, want to take just a second as we head into this break and remind you about the official business printing source of the Sports Fix, our friends at Signs and Ship. Signs and Ship, I'm telling you, Chris and Pam, they've taken care of me since day one, and they can do the same for you. Whether you're a small business that's already been established and you're looking to grow to that next level and expand your business, or perhaps you've got an idea that you just know is going to be a great business and you need to figure out how to brand it and how to promote it and put it out there, Signs and Ship is the place for you. If you need a logo, they can create one for you. They have a fantastic graphic designer. Business cards, signs, banners, yard signs, mobile advertising, anything you can think of that you need to promote your business, they've got it at Signs and Ship. The best thing about them, too, is each of their locations, whether it's the home base here in Elyria, Ohio that I work with, or their spots in Virginia, Florida, and Pennsylvania, it's all local sourced. Very important to me because we all understand that small business is the lifeblood of the community. So check them out, signsandship.com, or call Chris and Pam today, 440-323-6060, the home office in Elyria, Ohio. Signs and Ship, quality printing at affordable prices.
Hey everybody, this is Jerry the King Lawler from WWE, and you're listening to the Sports Fix.
You love Cleveland, and you already know how much we love Cleveland. You know who else loves Cleveland? GV Art and Design. Everyday fans, you and I wear our pride on our sleeves. Now, you can wear your pride on your chest. GV Art and Design has one of the hottest Cleveland sporting lines. Log on right now to gvartwork.com. Check out all of their fantastic designs.
And don't forget, use the sales code FIX10, FIX10, to save 10% on your total purchase.
Follow gvartwork.com on Facebook, and remember, GV Art and Design, it's not just a shirt, it's a statement.
Sports Fix listeners, like us on Facebook today. Facebook.com/The Sports Fix.
My name is Troy, and I used to play football in the Big Ten before too many concussions cost me my career. Today, I am teaming up with the American Academy of Neurology to ask all coaches, athletes, and parents to learn the signs of concussion and know when a player must leave the game. The American Academy of Neurology has new tools, including free online safety courses and coaches and players' cards to teach you the signs of concussion and what to do if an athlete gets a head injury during a game. If you suspect a player has a concussion, remove the athlete from play until the player is evaluated by someone trained in concussion, such as a neurologist. According to the American Academy of Neurology, coaches and parents need to take extreme care when returning young athletes who may have a concussion to the game too soon. Rushing this part of the process may lead to a serious setback or worsen the injury, and like me, end their career when it was just getting started.
Learn the signs of concussion now before this week's big game becomes your player's last. Learn more at AAN.com/concussion. That's AAN.com/concussion.
Portions of the Sports Fix brought to you by Quick Lane at Valley Ford Truck, home of the low price tire guarantee. QuickLane.com/Valley Ford Truck.
Welcome back to the Sports Fix live across the Sports Fix Radio Network. A long first segment there, but hey, it's all good, man. We threw it open, hit the phone lines, got a lot covered, stage is set. That sound, I know Prince says it's what it sounds like when doves cry, but I may have heard some similar sounds coming from a lot of people Saturday night, and it was the realization that, man, it is far from over. I'm not that guy, but there is a lot of work a lot of work to be done with the Cleveland Browns, and it is not just a quarterback thing. It is far from a quarterback thing. Let me tell you that. The defense has me really, really questioning what they, I mean, seriously, I mean, you can say it's only preseason, and I get that. I know that there's going to be some schematic differences. There's a lot of the different pressures and things that you don't bring in the preseason. So schematically, I'm expecting to see different things when we hit the regular season, but schematics has nothing to do with tackling. I talk about that all the time. It's one of my pet peeves in the NFL when guys can't tackle. It's like being a writer and not being able to type. Like, how is that possible? It's your job, you know? But anyways, if I can't talk, how can I do the radio? But that seems like a foregone conclusion that should be near the top of your skill set, should be tackling if you're a professional football player who's been doing it since you were probably about 14. But anyways, that's my pet peeve. But the Browns sure couldn't do it the other night. Let's see. The list of things they couldn't do. They couldn't cover them. They couldn't tackle them. Let me tell you, I have got to tell you that I don't know that I've ever seen a team convert as many 3rd and 20 plus possessions as I saw the Browns give up the other night. How many times? Me and my son were joking that the Rams had a special playbook for a 3rd and a mile, and they just kept going to it. Like, man, well, the one time it was 3rd and 18, I said, man, they may not have a play for that because everything seems to be 3rd and 23, 3rd and 25, 3rd and 37, and I don't know if the third one happened, but the first two definitely happened. There was a whole bunch of them, and like I said kind of at the beginning of the show, I know you're missing Hayden, I know you're missing Screen, and I know you're missing Des Bryant. Des makes a difference up front. He makes a difference a little bit with the way you scheme after the run, with the way you get after the quarterback. Obviously, missing your top 2 cornerbacks, but Justin Gilbert is supposed to be drop, plug and play, ready to go, NFL caliber, first-round draft pick. This is the true first-round draft pick, not Manziel. This is your number 8 guy. You know what I mean? This is your guy, and he definitely was learning under fire in the NFL the other night. I mean, I was watching this just going, man, he was put on an island and he did not survive well. And you know what? Those are lessons that can be learned. I mean, look, man, everybody, we talk about Manziel, they're all rookies have that. So there's nothing that says by the end of the season that he doesn't figure. There's nothing that says within 2 weeks. I mean, hey, you get burned enough, you start to learn. And you know what I will say? I did notice a little, I can't say he completely improved later in the game because he got smoked again later, but I noticed a couple of times where he made plays on the ball without looking at it because he was looking at the receiver and being able to read off of their eyes that he didn't do earlier. So I could see a little bit of learning. Well, if you couldn't learn the other night, if you're Justin Gilbert, then I don't know, you're not a learning person. So he had a lot of opportunities to learn. But I did notice that. So I said, okay, he does appear to be picking up a little bit of the tricks here and a little bit of the things that are getting him. So look, it's 3rd week of the preseason. This is a rookie, and it's just like Manziel, just like any rookie. I do think that there's a lot I like about him, but man, there was an opening, a baptism to the NFL. Dress rehearsal, you could make any variation of naked, the emperor has no clothes, you could do whatever you want to talk about Saturday night, and let's do that, by the way. 216-539-7535, as I didn't even bring us in here, listening to the Sports Fix. J-Rock, we're talking Browns the other night, and we're going to update you guys too. I've got the cuts. The first cuts have gone down, and I've got the list of guys that the Browns let go. All I'm going to say is Hoy's had them fans. You guys, told you it was coming. But we'll give you the list there in a minute. I'm going to go to the phones here because there's so much that we could talk about with the Browns that I'm just going to let you guys decide where we begin this conversation after preseason game number 3. And again, remember, I'm far from giving up. I mean, teams improve week to week. That's what you do in any sport. This team is far from a finished product. And what I mean, it's far from the finished product that it will be. But if they don't work on it, they're finished now, I can tell you that. I mean, the team that I saw on the field the other night, and I'm keeping it real, if everything goes right, you go 6-10. And that's if everything goes right. I mean, that's based on what they've shown me so far. Because the little bit that they may have slightly improved offensively was not tangibly balanced out by the huge way that they regressed defensively. Caller, you're next up on the Sports Fix.
Yeah, good morning, J-Rock.
Good morning. My man Bruce, what's up?
Hey, I got a couple of things I want to talk about early. All right, first off, the crowd at the Gladiators game.
Yes.
Now, I caught the very end of it, and